England Patriots. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Sony Michel, his first carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on third down for this offense. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Newton to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10.
Back up.
After the interception, here's Smith. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
52. 35.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Smith on 3rd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, back up.
From the 50, it's Smith. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Derek Rivers coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people, they're allowed to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey. Green.
To throw is Newton. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7th. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff? They all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
52. 35. Hey, back up.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Adrian Claymore in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. Liz, huh? Liz. Hey, slot. Like that.
Third and long, it's Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. On the handoff, it's Michelle. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, Michelle. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this over to his fullback. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. From the gun on third down, Newton. Buying time to his left. Open man left side is Gronkowski. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
But can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards? They don't want the ball in the air unless something positive is going to happen downfield. In that case, they'd rather have the quarterback try and run it himself. Just take care of the ball. If nothing else, just slide and get down.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Dancing to his left. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you that much time in the pocket, he can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Being chased out left. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This one caught by Crowder. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
23 yards on the play.
23-yard gain on the play.
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey. Double. Hey, back up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
Come on now.
To throw on second down is Newton. Rolling to his right. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Newton throwing again. To the sideline and complete to Gronkowski. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Motion. Hey, slot. Yep, rip.
On 1st down, it's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Let's go.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Block. Hey, back up. Liz.
From the gun, here's Smith. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Redskins now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
Hey, back up.
Smith on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Adrian Claymore in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. They'll hand it down to Geis. They find some open field here. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On the handoff, it's Geis. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tressway now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. So out now come the Redskins. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Throwing is Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end, can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey, slot, slot, slot. No, right.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Tiger.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And this is incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Slot. Hey, back up. Regular. 56. Mike, regular. I got it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Smith. Looking deep for Julio. And that's caught inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Orange. Liz. Tiger. Hey, back up.
On 1st down, Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield. 49. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to get this offense going with Michelle. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go.
And it's Michelle once again. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Come on now.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He'll check this one down to Michelle. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton to Michelle on the screen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Won't make it off the crossbar and no good. And a big letdown there as this remains a tie game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. Switch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Rip. Yellow. Check. Lucky. Rip. Kill.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
14. 52. 52. Alert, alert, alert. Bring it. Lock.
Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25.
Let's go.
That one goes for 36 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive...
Back now in Foxborough. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
12, 12, 12. Hey, 52. 52.
Smith now operating from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Chris Thompson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go.
And some room to maneuver. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Brian Kerrigan in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on first and goal with the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Throwing on first down. Smith. He finds P-Ryan out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Forced out to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Smith on first and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Adrian Claiborne getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Regular. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Smith. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Now it's Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now it's Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Now Thompson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on first down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, a run with Thompson. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Orange.
Smith now to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Smith. Steps away to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And now out come the Patriots. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
20.
They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Cam fighting, he lost the football, it's out. Into the Redskins, have it, they do. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But
it's football. Exactly, they named the game for it. Take care of it.
The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Redskins, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.